Finland is a country that seems at once timeless and modern, a land where ancient forests stretch endlessly and glass skyscrapers rise in harmony with the environment. It is known worldwide as the land of 1,000 lakes, though in reality it has nearly 188,000 lakes, making it one of the most water-rich nations in the world. For centuries, Finland has been shaped by its geography, wedged between Sweden and Russia, touched by the Arctic Circle, and defined by a rugged environment that has molded a resilient people. Today, Finland stands out as one of the happiest, safest, and most advanced countries in the world, but its path to this position was anything but easy. Its story is one of survival, innovation, cultural pride, and deep reverence for nature. The earliest traces of human life in Finland go back to the end of the Ice Age, nearly 9,000 years ago. As the glaciers retreated, small groups of hunter-gatherers followed, settling along rivers and lakes where fish were abundant and forests provided game and shelter. These prehistoric communities left behind stone tools, pottery, and burial cairns that still mark the landscape. Over the centuries, farming slowly took root, and by the Bronze Age and Iron Age, Finns lived in more permanent settlements. Oral traditions and myths began to develop during these times. Stories of gods, heroes, and spirits that would later be woven into the great national epic, the Kalevala, one of the cornerstones of Finnish cultural identity. Though Finland was never home to Viking kingdoms like Norway, Denmark, or Sweden, the Viking Age had a profound impact. The Baltic Sea was a highway of trade and raids, and Finnish tribes frequently came into contact with Norse merchants and warriors. Finland's rivers provided access to Novgorod and the rich markets of Russia, and Finnish warriors were both feared and admired for their skill in battle. By the 12th century, however, Finland's fate became tied to larger powers. Christianity spread gradually, sometimes peacefully, sometimes by force, as Swedish crusades extended influence over Finnish lands. Sweden emerged victorious in its competition with Novgorod, and Finland entered an era of Swedish rule that lasted for nearly 6 centuries. Swedish rule reshaped Finland. Castles like Turku and Häme were built to defend against Eastern rivals and the Catholic Church, and later Lutheranism dominated religious life. Swedish became the language of administration and the ruling class, while Finnish remained the tongue of commoners. Yet the Finnish people preserved their language and traditions, passing down oral poetry, songs, and customs. Mikael Agricola, the father of the Finnish written language, translated the New Testament into Finnish in 1548, a pivotal moment in the preservation of national identity. Life under Sweden was often hard, with wars, famine, and plague taking their toll. But Finland remained a crucial part of the kingdom's defense against Russia. The 19th century brought dramatic change. In 1809, Sweden lost the Finnish war against Russia, and Finland was ceded to the Russian Empire. Instead of being fully absorbed, Finland became an autonomous Grand Duchy, allowed to keep its own laws, Lutheran faith, and even a parliament. Helsinki replaced Turku as the capital, and the city was rebuilt in neoclassical style to resemble St. Petersburg. For many Finns, this era sparked a growing sense of nationhood. Intellectuals, artists, and writers began to dream of independence. The Kalevala was published in 1835, compiled from oral poetry by Elias Lönnrot, and became a powerful symbol of Finnish identity. Composer Jean Sibelius later transformed its themes into music that stirred patriotic pride. Newspapers in Finnish grew more common, and nationalism simmered even as Russia attempted to tighten control through Russification policies in the late 19th century. The opportunity for independence came in the turmoil of World War I and the Russian Revolution. On December 6, 1917, Finland declared itself an independent nation. Yet freedom came with violence. A civil war broke out in 1918 between the Reds, largely workers and socialists, and the Whites, made up of conservatives and peasants. The Whites, with German assistance, triumphed, but the war left deep scars in Finnish society. Healing began slowly, and Finland emerged as a republic with democratic institutions, though always wary of its giant eastern neighbor. World War II put Finland's survival to the test. In 1939, the Soviet Union invaded in what became known as the Winter War. The Finns, vastly outnumbered and outgunned, stunned the world with their fierce resistance. Using skis to glide silently through forests, camouflaging themselves in snow, and striking with precision, Finnish soldiers inflicted heavy losses on the Soviets. Though Finland eventually had to cede territory, it preserved its independence. When Germany later invaded the Soviet Union, Finland saw a chance to regain its lost lands, leading to the Continuation War. This alignment with Germany was a matter of survival rather than ideology, and after 1944, Finland signed peace with the Soviets and paid heavy reparations. Remarkably, Finland managed to maintain its sovereignty, unlike many other nations bordering the Soviet Union. In the post-war decades, Finland transformed. Once a largely agrarian society, it rapidly industrialized, rebuilt its cities, and invested in education. Neutral during the Cold War, it balanced relations carefully between East and West, avoiding Soviet domination while benefiting from Western trade. By the late 20th century, Finland was recognized as one of the most innovative and stable democracies in the world. Its welfare system, high-quality education, and technological achievements made it a global model. Nokia, once a rubber and paper company, became the world leader in mobile phones, symbolizing Finland's shift to high-tech innovation. More recently, Finland's gaming industry, with hits like Angry Birds and Clash of Clans, has continued its tradition of global influence. Beyond history, Finland is admired for its natural beauty. In Lapland, far above the Arctic Circle, the northern lights dance across the sky in winter, painting the heavens in shimmering greens and purples. In summer, the midnight sun shines for weeks without setting, casting an otherworldly glow. Reindeer roam the tundra, and the indigenous Sami people preserve their traditions of herding, handicrafts, and music. Further south, the Lakeland region stretches with thousands of sparkling lakes, islands, and forests that provide endless opportunities for fishing, canoeing, and hiking. National parks like Nuuksio near Helsinki or Urho Kekkonen in Lapland protect vast wildernesses where travelers can encounter bears, elk, and rare birds. Finland's Everyman's Right, or Jokamiehen oikeus, allows anyone to wander freely, camp, and forage mushrooms or berries in nature, a reflection of the deep Finnish respect for the land. Culturally, Finland is famous for its sauna. With more than 3 million saunas for a population of just over 5 million, they are everywhere, in homes, offices, even government buildings. For Finns, the sauna is more than just relaxation. It is a ritual of purification, a place for reflection and sometimes even for business meetings. Helsinki, the capital, is a showcase of design and architecture, from the white-domed Helsinki Cathedral to the modern rock church, carved directly into stone. The city's design district celebrates Finland's global reputation for simple, functional, and beautiful design. Turku, Finland's oldest city, offers a medieval castle, a cathedral, and a lively riverfront, while Rovaniemi, on the Arctic Circle, has branded itself as the official hometown of Santa Claus, attracting visitors from around the world. Festivals throughout the year, from midsummer celebrations with bonfires by lakesides to May Day student parades and world-class music festivals, demonstrate the vibrancy of Finnish culture. Education is one of Finland's proudest achievements. Its system emphasizes equality, creativity, and trust in teachers rather than standardized testing. Finnish students consistently rank among the best in the world, and the approach has inspired educators globally. The country also leads in technology, clean energy, and artificial intelligence research, proving that innovation can thrive even in a small, northern nation. Finland is also full of surprising facts. It consumes more coffee per capita than any other country. It is home to quirky competitions like the Wife Carrying Championship and the Air Guitar World Championship. Its national drink, the long drink or lonkero, was invented for the 1952 Helsinki Olympics. And though small, Finland's culture has had a broad impact. The minimalist designs of Marimekko, the haunting music of Sibelius, and the global craze of Angry Birds are all distinctly Finnish. The Finnish language, part of the Uralic family, is unique in Europe, unrelated to the Indo-European languages of its neighbors, linking Finland linguistically to Estonia and distant Hungary rather than to Scandinavia. What makes Finland so captivating is the balance it has struck. It has endured centuries of foreign rule, devastating wars, and harsh climates, yet emerged resilient and proud. It has embraced modernity without losing its connection to nature. It is both deeply traditional and boldly innovative. For visitors, Finland offers unforgettable experiences. Sitting in a lakeside sauna before plunging into icy waters, watching the aurora borealis flicker across the Arctic sky, walking cobbled streets of medieval towns, or simply sharing quiet moments in forests where silence feels sacred. For Finns, it is home, defined not by grand gestures, but by simple joys, resilience, and harmony with the land. Today, Finland stands as a testament to what a small nation can achieve through perseverance, innovation, and unity. Its history is one of struggle and triumph, its culture a blend of old and new, and its landscapes some of the most beautiful on Earth. Whether one comes to see the northern lights, explore ancient castles, or experience the warmth of a Finnish sauna, Finland leaves a lasting impression as a land of contrasts and wonders, a place where history, nature, and modern life come together seamlessly.